Okay everybody, welcome back to Angler Carl, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Preston feature finder LEDs, and I think these are a very clever idea and I think they look very good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the price on screen. These are available in 30 gram and 45 gram. The 30 gram I would say are good for things like what we're on today. We're currently at Ravenfield Ponds on Burcliffe, and you know, it's deepish. It's probably about 6 foot, 7 foot. I'm not sure the exact depth, I forget now because I don't fish this one too much, but I definitely know it's no more than 9 foot. So this will work absolutely perfect. If you're on something like a reservoir or maybe a river, then I would personally use the 45 gram. They do have a little sort of snap link. They remind me of a snap link swivel. They're not. They're sort of like what you use for lure fishing, but it kind of reminds you of a snap link swivel. All you do, you push the metal bit and it reveals like a little hook. I'll get a close-up shot for you people and I'll put it on the screen somewhere, and then you just sort of hook it on. Say if you're using a Coram bolt and run rig, or you're using the helicopter rig, where you normally attach your feeder, you can attach the bomb, providing you haven't got your hook length on, and then you can just have a search around, and then you can put your hook length back on your rig, which I think is very useful. And again, all you do is push that back over, and then it's sort of like almost a torpedo shape, so it will cast really nicely. And I'm going to do some demonstrations in this video today for you people. And then we've also got like this little bit that sticks out here, and that'll be very good for when you're retrieving the lead. You'll be able to feel everything. So say if you cast it out, you feel it down and it's quite soft, you know it's going to be silt. I.e. if you cast it out and it lands and it's very firm, you know it's going to be sort of like a gravel bed or maybe something really firm. And the main thing is as well, is obviously when you're reeling it back and retrieving it, is that you're getting good feedback through the rod tip, so you know for any clear spots. And I'm going to try and find a clear spot. I mean, my aim today is to cast out to that far bank where there's like a little bit of cut out in the reeds. I'm planning on going there, so I'm going to get this chucked out. Obviously be careful you don't chuck out too far, because you don't want to get these things stuck and lost. It has got a little Preston logo on the side of it. You do get 2 in a pack, so if you do lose one, you've got another one. Some people I feel would prefer the 30 gram and the 45 gram together in one pack, but I don't mind having 2 30 grams because I'd literally just buy 2 40 grams and say if I were using it on a res or something like that. So let's get this on the rod, let's get it casted out and see what this thing is like to use. Another thing worth note as well, I am only using mono today, and before you go crazy and say you need to use braid, this, that and the other, unfortunately I haven't got a reel at the minute with braid on, but I feel like I still probably will get some decent feedback and I'll get a rough idea what that lake bed is like. It's better than not knowing at all. But if you have got a reel with braid on, I would recommend that, just because braid has no stretch in it and you're going to get more of a feel of what the lake bed is like. So let's get this on and let's see if we can find any clear spots. Okay folks, so just a quick one to show you. All I've done with this is on my Coram bolt and run rig, I've just basically pushed it up through the rubber, and there you go. As you can see, it's free running as well, so it complies with all the fishery rules, even though obviously it doesn't matter with a lead, but I've kept it on the free running one anyway, because Ravenfield only allow free running rigs. But as you can see, you can then quickly switch this bomb out and then start using the feeder. So let's see how good this works. It's good, I think. Say if you have something like a bolt and run rig, or maybe you could do it with other rigs, but sometimes you may have to essentially tie a new knot when you have these on. So if you're using a hybrid feeder, you would have to take the feeder off before using this, or you could have a dedicated rod. Now, I do like to keep this on the tight clutch just because it is a little bit heavy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to aim for my target, everyone. And I felt that hit the ground. And then all I'm going to do is bring the rod and literally just drag it through. And as you can, I'm hoping you can see on camera, but even with mono, oh, that were a bit snaggy there. Even on mono, I can feel It's sort of like smoothish with the odd bump, but it does feel quite firm, this lake bed. When the lead hits the water, that is when you want to close your bail arm straight away. If I go like that, you can easily feel it with the mono. Obviously, yes, I'd recommend using braid, but as you can see, it makes that little, I don't know if you can see on the tip on the camera, but it goes thud like that. So I know that's quite, it's not rock solid, but at the same time, it's not like silty. So I'm going to do another one, everyone. I'm going to show you what I mean. So like that, as soon as it hits, there, and I felt it in the quiver tip. So I'm going to go this way now. And again, all you're doing is reel, pull, tighten up to it. There's not a lot of snags at all on this bit, everyone. I'll say that for now. It's very, very clear. So I know that pretty much I can fish in this peg, in between the two white markers, if you lot can see, and it's going to be absolutely fine. I don't want to obviously create too much disturbance, but I'm not sort of getting, see, we're a bit snaggy then in that edge bit. That were quite interesting, that. And sometimes as well, with these little ridges on the side of the bottom, there might be remnants of stuff on it. So it's always worth having a look at the lead weight to see if there's any sort of remnants on the lead. But these are absolutely brilliant. I'm going to do one more. I'm just going to try and get a bit further out to them two white markers on the left and right side. Obviously, I don't want to go too much, everyone, because, you know, I don't want to get this in the trees. But like I say, it works absolutely brilliant. I was winding in and feeling everything. So I'm going to go one more, everyone. I'm going to try and do a good cast this time. I mean, obviously this is only a 7-foot rod. That feels quite snaggy, that bit, so I don't want to fish in that bit, because that definitely feels like I've got to pull a bit more. It seems like halfway back, you're getting more of a smooth run. I'm already gaining a clear picture of what this lake, what this peg is like. I know in the middle bit, it's a lot smoother. At the far end, it does feel a little bit more softer, so I reckon it could be a little bit more silty at that far bank. I'm going to do one more. I'm not going to cast it as far this time, everyone. And we're just going to do that. Again, shut bail arm. I felt that down. It's not deep, this. It doesn't take long. And then literally just drag it across. Yeah, it's so clear, that spot. It's unbelievable, everyone. Like I said, there's odd little lumpy, bumpy thing. But as you can see, I'm having no problems in retrieving that that lead whatsoever. So yeah, it's perfect, everyone. I can retrieve in. So for me, this is an absolute game changer to your feeder fishing, to your bomb and bread fishing, to your cage feeder fishing. It's just amazing that you can get a clear picture, because a lot of the time we just chuck feeders out. I've been guilty of it in the past. We chuck a feeder out, or a cage feeder, or any feeder, and we don't know what's on the bottom of the lake, and sometimes you can cast and be in a snag. Whereas if you just attach this and just chuck it out, you'll be absolutely fine. You know, like I say, obviously if you was doing this with a method feeder, you could quickly just change everything over and retie your method on. It's simple as anything. It doesn't take much, but it's even better when you're using maybe a helicopter. You can put the feature finder on before your cage feeder, cast it out, quickly take it off, and you've got a picture. I know that far bank, it's a little bit more softer and it felt a bit more snaggy. Whereas halfway, just a bit further past halfway, as I were bringing it back, it was more smoother. Yes, there was the odd little lump and bump, but it was better than the far bank. So actually, I'm going to fish to the middle today, everyone, which, you know, I would have probably gone for the far bank, clipped up, and I'd have been none of the wiser. So make sure next time you're at your local tackle shop, if they've got some of these Preston feature finders in, get some bought. You won't go wrong with them, and I tell you what, they're invaluable when you can find out what's on the bottom of the lake bed, and I think they're a really good idea. Like I say, Coda have got theirs there for the carp rods, obviously, because they're a lot bigger in weight, but Preston have obviously done it themselves. And I know some people are going to be saying, well, just get a heavy bomb and cast that out and feel the bottom with that, but with them little ridges, they just really give you good indications. And I were on mono, So for me, it gave me a great indication, and I'm reviewing this as a product. For price, you can't go wrong, just chuck them in your box and get some. They're a really good idea. I really do like them, and it's given me a great picture of what's underneath that water today. So if you did enjoy this video, everyone, make sure you leave a massive like on it. Share this video around with anyone that you know struggles getting snagged up on stuff and maybe they need something to find the features. I think they'll really enjoy this product. And subscribe, it's free of charge, it doesn't cost you a penny. I upload new fishing videos every single week. I do reviews, I do all sorts of fishing videos. You won't want to miss what I've got coming for 2025. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you're fishing, have a good one.